How to tell your boyfriend you have your period. Most women get their periods regularly, so there's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed about it. It might not surprise your partner all that much when you inform him that you will eventually start your period because he already knows this. Despite this, it is still a private subject, therefore it is understandable if you experience some trepidation or anxiety when telling someone you are on your period, particularly if that person is your partner. In addition to providing information about being intimate when you are menstruating, this article will offer you guidance on how to handle that time of the month with boys of various age levels. Method 1. Telling your boyfriend June you're high. 1. Think about the length of your relationship. It's not always suitable to disclose something private with someone you don't know well, just like it's not always appropriate to share most personal information. Boys aren't always very mature at this age, so if something makes them feel timid, perplexed, or uneasy, they might not know how to respond. If you've been dating for some time and consider yourself to be somewhat familiar with him, you might want to bring it up in passing. It truly isn't a huge thing, so there's no need to make a big deal out of it. Consider his past responses to other potentially embarrassing situations. Did he lose his cool, make you feel bad, or tell all his friends? In that case, you might wish to wait. 2. Consider your motivations for telling him. Does it have an effect on your marriage? Do your cramps prevent you from seeing him? Do you frequently lose your temper and yell at him? If that is the case, it could be a good idea to let him know so he understands it's not personal. It's absolutely up to you whether or not you want to tell him if it's not actually having an impact on your relationship. It's completely acceptable if you wish to keep it confidential. Go ahead and say it if you want to be honest about it. 3. Don't use euphemisms or indirect terminology to describe your period, such as flow, the red wave, or your monthly visitation. He probably won't comprehend what you're saying, and the misunderstanding could lead to excessively unpleasant situations. If you decide to tell him, make sure he understands that it's a personal decision by using precise words. Use a phrase like that: I am aware of my moodiness this week. I'm currently on my period, which can occasionally make me a little sensitive. I simply wanted to let you know what was going on, and it would be very appreciated if you didn't tell anyone else. 4. If he avoids the topic, don't take it personally. He might flush, say, "Oh, okay," and never bring up the topic of periods again because they can be quite strange and terrifying to boys. It's not cool, but you shouldn't take it personally if he makes fun of you or calls it gross. It's his problem because he's acting like a child. Absolutely nothing is wrong with you or disgusting about your period. In fact, it's a sign that you're in excellent health. You may politely offer to explain what it actually entails and the fact that practically every woman on the planet goes through it, even the pop singer he thinks is very gorgeous and the spokesperson you two respect. Feel free to verbally reprimand him if he is being really impolite. Inform him that getting your period proves you are a lady, and that you are unsure if you should date a young boy like him. You might even say that you made up having your period as an excuse not to hook up with him. Method 2. Telling your boyfriend when you're in high school or older. 1. Inform him in a direct manner. You don't have to be very analytical or clinical, you don't even have to talk about how strong your flow is. It shouldn't be a big concern because it's likely that he's gone through sex education and has had other girlfriends, or a sister or close friend, who have mentioned it. Say something basic, such as, "Hey, my menstruation just started. I don't feel so good." He'll probably understand if you say, "Oh, it's that time of the month." When you're on your period, couples occasionally come up with sweet or humorous code terms. So he'll understand when you tell him it's sharp week. 2. Tell your guy how he can assist you. Your boyfriend may not be very familiar with the details of how your period works, but he probably is aware that it can be difficult for some women. Because of his concern for you, your boyfriend likely wants to know what he can do to help you feel better. Ask him to join you on the couch as you binge watch and eat ice cream if your period is making you feel worn out and grumpy. If you get cramps, you can request that he rub your back or tummy to assist lessen the discomfort. If you start to feel unusually sensitive to touch, let him know. It's only fair to let him know that you actually prefer not to be touched when menstruating if he tries to comfort you with a hug or other form of physical contact. When you're on your period, if you'd rather hang out alone, you can politely let him know that just letting you be alone yourself is quite helpful. 3. Consider it a useful method for weeding out immature men. He may not be a good candidate for a partner just now if he can't deal with the fact that you get periods. And if you're thinking about having sex with him, he's obviously not old enough for that. Guys should understand by this stage that this is a typical aspect of every woman's life and that the best thing he can do is to show support. Even though there is a lesser probability of conception during your period, there is a higher possibility of getting an STD. It is simpler to transfer an STD since there are more bodily fluids involved, and STDs can be discovered in bodily fluids like menstrual blood, vaginal discharge, and semen. 3. Put a cloth down to lessen the mess. Lay a towel on the bed to protect your linens from stains, and keep tissues close by in case you need to clean up afterward. Considering taking a shower together can also be a good idea because the water's flow virtually eliminates any mess.
Even though there is a lesser probability of conception during your period, there is a higher possibility of getting an STD. It is simpler to transfer an STD since there are more bodily fluids involved, and STDs can be discovered in bodily fluids like menstrual blood, vaginal discharge, and semen. 3. Put a cloth down to lessen the mess. Lay a towel on the bed to protect your linens from stains, and keep tissues close by in case you need to clean up afterward. Considering taking a shower together can also be a good idea because the water's flow virtually eliminates any